All day, all day.
Yo, welcome back with another reaction video, man. I said welcome back with another reaction video, man. We got some slight, not nothing too new, not nothing too old, but right in the middle. Man, we got worst punishment in human history. Man, it's the sound of that don't even sound good. Like, dang, what's worse than what we already know? But that's what this video about, man. We're gonna find out what it is, man. Don't forget to smash that like. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video if you liking it. Don't forget to comment more reactions you guys want me to react to. I say this in all my videos so we can get better understanding with each other. And we can love each other better so we can get better connection. You feel me? So, we finna get straight to it. You know, I had to put the curtain down because we need a little more light in here, man. I be looking at my videos. I be looking a little dark, man. Looking a little dark in the room. But we finna get straight to the video, man. Oh, don't forget. Thank you guys for getting me to 221 subscribers, man. Y'all killing it. Y'all killing it, man. Y'all killing it. Man, like, we gonna clap it up, man. We getting up, man. We getting up, man. Troy Smooth Gang getting up, man. Smooth Gang getting up, man. We almost done. We almost done, y'all. Let's get straight to it, though.
Imagine waking up on an early sunny morning somewhere in Spain. You're going outside, but before you take a couple of steps, you're grabbed and taken to prison. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, it's the 17th century, and you said out loud at the market yesterday that the Earth revolves around the sun and not vice versa. There are several days of very ingenious tortures by the Spanish Inquisition ahead of you. And if you're lucky, a quick death at the stake. Tortures appeared along with our civilization. In every era, people have invented new ways to abuse and improved on the developments of the past. In this video, you'll find out what were the most unusual tortures in history. What's the danger of hugging the Iron Maiden? Why can bamboo haunt your dreams? How were people tortured at the time of the Inquisition? And how to survive if you're being tortured.
Never got stung by a bee. Some people say it don't hurt, some people say it do hurt. I don't want to take the risk though. Sometimes they be.
Imagine an iron sarcophagus covered with sharp spikes on the inside. A person is locked inside in a standing position and they're slowly bleeding to death. That is the Iron Maiden, a classic of the medieval Inquisition. So, you've been accused of heresy and required to sign a confession. Of course, you refusing.
Like, once they close
then the torturer opens the doors of the Iron Maiden and invites you in. What's going on with a person inside the sarcophagus? It's not a big deal at first. Spikes can damage the skin a little bit, that's all. But after spending half an hour in the same position, you'll want to move. In a few hours more, your legs will start to get tired, and your nose will most likely start to itch. After 20 hours in the Iron Maiden without food or water, you'll start losing consciousness from exhaustion and blood loss. But as soon as you pass out, you'll feel a sharp pain from dozens of spikes. It'll bring you to your senses, but not for long. You'll pass out and wake up from pain again and again and again. Are you ready to confess to heresy yet? Take your time. Let's figure out what you have to do to survive in the Iron Maiden. Your goal is to stay conscious for as long as possible. Most often, the sarcophagus does not have spikes along the sides. Try to lean your hands carefully on the side walls. This will help to keep weight off your legs. But remember, you need to move as carefully as possible so that the spikes don't pierce your skin. The less blood you lose, the longer you'll remain conscious. When you start to get sleepy from exhaustion, take a few quick breaths in and out. This will increase your heart rate and make you more alert. To avoid panic and distract yourself from your tired legs, sing something to let the torturer suffer too. Today, historians believe that the Iron Maiden wasn't used for torture, but rather for intimidation. From the Inquisition system's point of view, this instrument was too slow. Confession could have been pending for several days. Above all, in the Iron Maiden, you can't increase the intensity of pain when you need it. Although it does look pretty spectacular in a torture chamber, but torture was not invented in the Middle Ages. The tortures of that time were inspired by ancient China. What was torture like before the Inquisition? In the 200s BC, tickle torture was first used in China. It turned out to be so effective.
I would say that would be the best torture. Like, thinking on a positive note of it. Like, you're not getting stabbed, you're not getting submerged in the water, you're not getting attacked by lions or anything. You're literally just getting tickled to death, you know? I hate getting tickled. I hate my feet getting touched by somebody else. It's just, I'd be so ticklish, man. But I'd rather deal with this than deal with the other tortures they probably finna show on her. Because this probably the most smoothest, you know, you're not getting the harm in no way. You just laughing to death, you know?
That it lasted for over 2,000 years. It has many variations, but the most popular one looks like this. A person is tied to a table, and their heels are wetted with a salt solution.
Tickle torture. I never heard of this,
though. Let a goat come into the room. The animal starts licking the salt off your heels and just tickling you. For the first couple of minutes, it'll even be kind of fun. But imagine that you're being tickled for an hour, then 2.
What will make a goat lick your feet for a whole 3
hours? On your foot, there are about 200,000 nerve endings. From their constant irritation, even a slight touch to the heel will cause a twitch, uncontrollable laughter, and a sharp pain. A way too long tickle torture can lead to a respiratory muscle spasm, and you'll literally suffocate to death with laughter.
That's how you know you got a good laugh, when it feels like you can't breathe. Like, I remember one time I was laughing so hard I had to stop myself from laughing because I literally couldn't breathe for a second. I felt it, like I'm whole out of breath and stuff. Like, I didn't, you know, laughing is really like a 10-second life or death situation if you think about it. You never know how it can take you. Just like he said, you can suffocate from laughing.
But how to survive if you're being tortured with tickling? The first and most difficult thing to do is to let go of the sensations in your foot. Well, the goat is licking the salt off your heels. Switch your consciousness to something else. Meditation can help with that. Take deep breaths in and slow breaths out. It's better to exhale when it gets unbearably ticklish or painful. Another unusual torture that nomads really loved was shiri. With its help, prisoners were turned into obedient slaves. First, your head is shaved until it's completely smooth. Then a fresh piece of camel skin is taken and put on like a hat. So far, it sounds disgusting, but still tolerable. The worst is yet to come. Your hands will be tied to a special stick structure that won't let you take this hat off. Then you'll be left for about 5 days in the middle of the desert. The camel skin, when exposed to the sun, will start to shrink and tighten on the skull. After a while, the hair on the head will begin to grow back, but it will not be able to get through the shiri and will grow in. How to survive this torture? Daytime temperatures in a desert can rise to 47 degrees Celsius. That's almost 117 Fahrenheit. So, the first thing to do is try and find some shade. After you hide from the sun,
how can you find some shade if you lie down?
And the only thing that will save you here is flexibility. You need to pull your head towards your knees and try to take the camel skin off. This could be done best until it starts drying out and shrinking. There's a chance of surviving the shiri torture. However, the nomads will still take you and the other survivors into slavery. But torturers did not always have to leave a person alive. It's time to tell you about the deadliest tortures in history. For this purpose, let's go back to ancient China. But this time, not to the torture basement, but to the bamboo grove. We'll need some ropes to hang a person parallel to the ground and a knife to sharpen bamboo shoots. Bamboo grows very fast, up to 1 meter per day. They just hang you over such a patch and wait a few days. And its stems are strong enough to pass through the human body. Bamboo will now haunt my dreams.
Oh,
is it really possible to survive a bamboo torture?
Throughout the time you just laying there,
you
you
take an
watching
example
your death
from David
slowly
Blaine,
come
the
towards you.
American illusionist. He knows how to pierce his shoulder without consequence. The needle passes through the arm without touching the muscle and veins and blood vessels. I don't recommend trying this at home. But even Blaine could hardly have survived dozens of bamboo stems growing through his body.
All day, but
only Indian yogis can do that. If you move and rotate your body a little bit so that the bamboo can pass through you at the required points and at the right angle, it will grow through you without hitting your vital organs. But don't think for a moment that this is the most painful torture. Remember when the Inquisition locked you up in the Iron Maiden? In ancient Rome, the copper bull was used instead. There's not much room inside, so you'll have to lie bent over. But the uncomfortable position is the last thing you'll be thinking about. As soon as the door on the copper bull's belly closes, they'll start making a fire underneath it. The only chance for salvation is to kick down the door and escape. But doing it in a narrow, overheated bull's belly won't be easy. It'll take years of training to thrust it down with your hand. It'll be more effective to keep kicking at the door with your feet. You're probably not the first person to be roasted in that bull. And the lock has been damaged before you. A few kicks and you're free. No documented cases of execution by growing bamboo or the copper bull torture have been found by scientists. They're probably just legends that were used to intimidate people. But the next torture I'm going to tell you about is extensively described in documents. For you to be sentenced to execution by elephants, it was enough just to be laid on your taxes. Execution elephants were trained not to kill a person immediately, but first to crush and rip off their arms and legs. In India, such executions were arranged as big spectacles. Do you think there's any way you can escape the giant legs of an animal weighing 4 tons? You can try to keep your arms and legs to your sides and roll on the ground, but there's a possibility that the elephant will step on you by...
Elephants are so heavy, like, if they just walking, you know what I mean, and they just hit you, not too hard, but just a little smaller push, man, you flying. They weigh, I don't know how much they weigh, but they some tons, they heavy. And you just let an elephant just step on you, bro, woo.
Accident.
They had some crazy torture back then,
your
man.
elephant
Well, I can't even say back then, because they probably
crush
still
the
doing this in some
executioner
countries.
who gives
You know, we
orders
only
to
in the
the
US. We
killer
don't know
elephant.
how other
One
countries
more
still
giant animal in the
handle
arena
things.
is
Other countries still
unlikely to
doing
increase
slavery.
your chances of survival.
Other countries still
Imagine
got
what it
racial,
would be like
it's
if
just a lot of
tortures
stuff
were still
going
common
on.
in
Because US is
contemporary
different.
society. What would they look like? The way I see it, a person would be tied up and forced to sit facing a huge screen. And on the screen is showing, let's say, one of my previous videos where I've made a mistake and indicated the wrong date. The year was
I think it is still.
1836.
I think it is still.
But the person's hands are tied, and they can't correct me in the comments. Then we can turn on the speech of a politician they hate, or show a video of the defeat of their favorite football team. There's so many reasons to leave a hateful comment, but the ropes are too strong. And yes, let's pay tribute to the traditions. A goat is walking around and occasionally licking the poor fellow's heels. Offer your ideas for modern tortures below this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, you'll see deadly bamboo in your dreams at night.
Yeah, goat licking my toes is crazy. But that's all we got today for this video, Worst Punishment in Human History. Tell me what y'all feel about this in the comments, man. Do y'all think his torture is still going on? Or do y'all think, how do y'all think society would be if we still had torture? Do y'all think it will lower the rate with people because they don't want to be locked up and tortured, or do you just feel like jail is worse than torture? Let me know in the comments how y'all feel about it, man. Don't forget to give me a like on the video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, man, so y'all can keep seeing these bangers. I love you guys, man. We out!